Hello everyone, my name is Lydia, also known as Illustrata, and welcome to Scrapbuilding. So for today, this next project that I'm going to be doing, as I'm sitting here with a different project that I have not finished yet, one of the big releases of this summer was Alien Romulus. I have not seen it just yet, and I plan to at some point, but Alien is one of my favorite franchises. So if you guys have seen my big sister build, she's sitting right here, her build was one of the most fun I've had on a project before, and I've been wanting to do more like scrap builds that involve like one singular character. So I've had this idea for a long time that I want to make the Xenomorph. The design that I'm going to go off of is kind of like a combination of like Alien 1 and 2 / Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation, the video game, I have not played. I don't have the strength to. But I've watched the playthrough. I've lost count how many times I've watched that playthrough. But I switch between watching Gab Smolder's playlist between like her first time playing it and also for the nightmare mode. Nightmare mode is terrifying. You have little to no supplies. You can't see the maps. The senses of like the androids and the alien are heightened, so it's harder to hide from them. Amazing, amazing game. Absolutely a wonderful game. I also watch Markiplier's playlist because it's funny. He does not play it on nightmare mode, but I would have loved to see him play it that way. But Alien is one of my favorite movies. I'm not a huge horror fan, but I love when a movie has a lot of detailed character design. So the design of the Xenomorph is like one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. Also Ripley, she's awesome, but I love the design of the Xenomorph. So yeah, I've been thinking about starting this build for months. I'm not going to rely on the jar of ideas to give it to me. I am just going to go ahead and do it, especially with the movie that just came out. Similar to how I made the big sister, I am going to use the base of a doll. It is this doll. It's an Elsa doll. Also she has fully articulated arms, pretty decent legs, and it was a very cheaply made Elsa doll. Like when I got it, she literally only had this line of hair and around the back, nothing on top of her head. And I don't know if it was like supposed to be like some sort of wig or what, but this hole was cut out when I got her. If you look at the design of a Xenomorph, it has an extended head where it comes out to like right here because it has like the extra mouth that goes out, and then it has the other part of its head that curves backwards. So since I can't exactly make just this head work, I have another head. So whenever I was customizing doll heads, sometimes I would have to fully cut off the scalp in order to get the neck peg out. So I have a Abby Abominable head that is just sitting in my doll head stash. She has a lot of cut silicone and staining from the glue. So my idea is to just almost stick the one head on the other, so then once it's on the body, the head can go a bit more forward, or however that's gonna end up working. I pulled down my bits box, so we're gonna rummage through that and try and find some supplies just like I did with Big Sister. I did go to my local reuse market earlier today and just to find stuff for this project. So I found a few of these. These little nozzles are gonna work great for the extensions that stick out of the Xenomorph's back. I found another one. It also came with a bottle that I can use part of this as the arch of the back of the head. Is this gonna work? I have no friggin' idea, but I'm excited. Because if I can get to the point where I normally do, where I have the idea and concept in it, and it's, even if it starts off kind of rough, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this properly, I know I can push through it. I've done it every single time I've worked on a project, even with the Coraline doll, with the mistake version doll first. Now it's time to rummage in the bits box, because unlike other customizers, my bits box is not organized. It is just one giant tote. So we're gonna have some fun. Okay. Legs on this one, huh? Xenomorph's ribcage. Perfect. Hey, start for the spike. Alright, I think got enough to consider. I got Alien Isolation playing. Let's give this a go. One of the first things we need to do is cut the legs apart to make them into digitigrade legs, because on some of the more recent designs of it, the knee comes down, extends out, and then comes down, kind of like a wolf. So, kind of like that. I also found a better option for the tail. I have a skeletal rat. This is super long, and it's very flexible. It also has the spine bit. So, I'm probably just gonna cut the legs off, attach that to the back, and then maybe use the rib cage. Maybe. We'll see about that. Yeah. Nice. Actually, those might be able to work as the feet. Honestly, this looks just like the start of like a face hugger. So I'm gonna still use this piece as the base of her spine, and then just separate the two so I can space this upward. Yeah. Leg. There we go. Yeah, so better explanation, they'll angle like that. Decided to switch to these hands because these are, to my knowledge, the largest monster high hands there are, so these will fit just nicely. And now back to cutting apart this rat, because this rat is coming in more handy than I thought. Potentially we'll still be able to use the bat, maybe, but you can tell that this one was made a lot cheaper quality. It's just a ribcage. Honestly, it almost looks like the egg, but I will say I don't think I have any further use. Wait, the jawbone. The jawbone might help a lot. We'll keep this for later. Alright, so this has been engraved down, so now it fits right on the base of her spine to where it can attach, curve out. Since we have the spine piece, oh, this rat had scoliosis, just like me. That can go right, no. We might have to cut like a small section of that. Oh, I can cut off the neck of the rat. Okay, I got the two small neck pieces done, so they can go on like the middle of her back, right below this base. And then I'm going to split this piece in half. Okay, I'm gonna split it right here, question mark. I might actually just separate it right at the spine pieces and then secure them together from there. Okay, I'm gonna try and use pliers instead because it's a little less loud. We got the first part of the rib cage and the back piece. Okay, so the only problem with this rib cage is that these ribs won't stretch to like go around the doll's body. So I don't think cutting them is gonna be a good idea. Well, I was proven wrong. this actually went on quite nicely. This is looking cool. Alright, looking at the reference photos, the ribcage on the front actually ends right about here, so I'll probably cut it at about this point. Okay, that looks better. Okay, I think I actually have to cut off one more notch and then call it good. That's better. Okay, I'm gonna try and trim the back of the neck so the neck can move forward. I'm just gonna bend it forward a bit and kind of leave it like that. Then I'll put some filler in here so it stays like that. All right, this station is a mess, so I am going to clean it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's much better. There's a lot of little flecks of melted plastic or silicone or whatever it is. These two pieces, the two that I have, are going to be the notches on the back, and then I'll have to find bigger ones or bigger options to put on the back as well. Okay, one done. Awesome. There we go. I also have this toy, and I actually just solved my other problem. So I can cut the loops off of this, cut this in half, and then use it as the other two. What did the description say that these were? I guess they're waist bends? There we go. Alright, so I have this piece. The head basically will stick in here, and I can mold it out. Back of the head like that. Okay, this is the idea. So, since I split the two face pieces, I just had a funny idea. If I just flip it around, it makes a sort of like blank face front. So the front of the, well, it'll be technically this. It can curve up and over and then just connect. I'm just gonna remove the eyes from there. That's not creepy at all. Oh, that just looks wrong. I cut out another piece that'll just be like the dome piece, and then I can kind of like cross both of these together to the back of the head. Alright, this under piece is shaved down a little bit so it can fit a little bit better right here. I'll just have to fill in this gap with some foam. Also have to still figure out how these are gonna work. For now, I'm gonna just cut the top of the leg at an angle, so when it goes on the leg, it'll glue at an angle. And I'm gonna cut the toes off so I can glue these claws onto it. It's also kind of funny that most of the stuff that I grabbed to use for this build, I'm mainly just using the rat, and that's about it. Had to think about it for a second. So I now have all of the pieces cut. I'm gonna unplug my Dremel and then plug in my hot glue gun, and I'm gonna attempt to start gluing everything together. I'm mainly going to do like the bulk portion of gluing together, then we go in with detail gluing. Okay, both of these look super derpy at the moment, but oh well. It looks so funky. Until then they look like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That looks awesome. So I took off the ribcage to do some extra gluing work, such as like the chest and back, and realized I didn't cut off the ears. It's making me think of that movie Splice. I've never seen it, but that's what it's making me think of. This looks so cool. I'm loving this. We're gonna use this skull piece. Skull piece, what am I saying? Spine piece. Yeah, that works. There we go. Ah. Okay, let's try this one more time. Haha, there we go. All right, these shoulder plates are looking sick. They look so cool. Oh, this is looking so cool. Okay, I know the face looks super weird right now, but I'm bulking out the face so I can be able to attach the new face bits onto it. So it just looks kind of weird. Super derpy. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Oh crap, I wasn't expecting that to melt inward. Oh no. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So the plastic did melt a little bit around the top, but it's looking cool so far. Oh wait, I think I just figured out the problem from earlier. And just the plate of the jaw. I just fixed my own problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of space in here so I can start making the teeth. This is so cool. Alright, so she is looking so cool. I ended up adding some cord, some foam, and some crustacean pieces around the groin area. Didn't want to film that. Added some extra bone pieces and foam. Ow. Oh, that hurt. Oh, burned my elbow. Ow, that hurt really, really bad. Ugh. Regardless if it's a new or old hot glue, still hurts just as much. Ow, again. Alright, that's starting to take shape. Just a little bit unsure how I'm going to close this up. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I figured out how to do the back of it. Got an ant abdomen toy. Basically cut off the abdomen, cut it in half so it could stick out a little bit. Ow! 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 Oh! Ow! Ow! Of course I got that all on camera. Ow! The hot glue just landed right on my pinky finger. That's gonna be some scars. Ow. This is why you wear pliers and use pliers. A little TMI, but I just peeled the hot glue off and there's a big blister. I also got some hot glue on my thigh and of course my elbow from earlier. This is why I don't like using my big hot glue gun, because it's more painful. So what I'm gonna do on this, try not to focus on the pain. Since that's stuck in there, I'm gonna take this and just put it across. Hey, that's starting to look pretty good. So it's looking really cool. It's looking a little bit bulky, but I can deal with that. So now I'm just gonna start adding detailing to like the legs and arms. Just glad that she can stand up. Alright, this might not be a good idea, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Now it looks like something from Star Wars. Basically, I'm going to glue it bit by bit and tug it to stretch it so it'll curve as I pull it over the head. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better. I managed to hot glue this foam on there and just stretch it and kind of mold it around the edge. So it's actually a flat top now, and it looks freaking sick. I just have to cut off this little part once it's done gluing, and then I can start adding like details around it. But now she's becoming a little bit more top heavy, so I have to figure out some way to either like bulk up the legs or something like that. I did end up adding these notches. I think I filmed that part, I can't remember. Because based on some of the concept art, they do have these little notches on the back of their legs. So, time to just keep adding more details and go from there. So let's get this all cut off. Alright, there we go. I'm going to line the legs with foam to kind of cover them up and like seal them in. Alright, I'm about to head to bed because it's late, but those legs are looking so much better. So we got the ribbon on the center, foam around it, and then two types of ribbon, and then foam and ribbon. I never expected ribbons to be like my secret weapon when it comes to these scrap builds, because they just add such a level of detail and dimension to things. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Might not work, but it's worth a shot. Alright, so far I've added little spines down its tail so I can take ribbon and kind of like wrap it around in order to secure the spines there. I also added a tip to the tail, so once I wrap the ribbon around it, it'll stay in place. So far, she is looking really, really cool. The arms currently look like pasta. And I'm not filling in anything on the elbows because I still want the arms to be able to move. I'm now gonna attempt to wrap the tail. It works. Alright, so far tail is looking really, really good. Spines are holding in well. And the spike is also looking pretty well too. I think I might actually put ribbon on the inner legs and then we'll finish up with detailing the head. Alright. Oh, look how sick she looks. So after finishing all of this, this is all I had left of the rat and the head. Reduce, reuse, reanimate. I will say my only disappointment is with the mouth. It kind of just looks more, it's just the serrated bit of plastic. It kind of looks like teeth. So I didn't manage to get the mouth mechanics to function. If I ever make a bigger one, I can always try and do that. Surprisingly, this project took so much less time than the big sister. Like I had over 4 hours worth of footage and I ended up having to do 2 videos. I think I'll be able to just keep this in one, depending on how long the paint job takes me. I'm very excited to see how she looks with color. Well, more lack thereof, because she's just gonna be spray painted with Plasti Dip and then add in some metallic detailing. Yeah, there's really no other color except for just black base coat. Alright, so it's lighter out than I thought. This is the brand I use. So not even adding the paint, it already looks so cool. Okay, so look at her. Look how good she looks. So I am going in and basically just touching up with some black paint all of the different spots that the paint didn't land super evenly on. Well, the plasti dip didn't. Look at look at her tiny toes. Alright, that's a wrap on the Xenomorph, and it looks so good. And I didn't even end up needing a stand for her. Make one like down the road, but I really don't think I need it because now I can just put her wherever I need to. This was a labor of love, and I'm very, very happy with her. I would say she wasn't as big of a project as I thought she was going to be. I thought it was going to take way longer, like the big sister did, and I mentioned that earlier. Now this can lead into more scrap builds. My next scrap build that I want to delve into is doing Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's very much down the road because I have quite a few other projects in the way. But yeah, this was very fun. I hope you all enjoyed watching the process. I hope you all have an artsy lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!